dry. Do you know I'm looking, and I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up.
There are two kinds of people in the world. The ones who wake up early and the ones who sleep in late. Can you guess which kind Didi and I are? We are extra excited this morning because we're going to visit a 1,000-year-old German village called Tangermünde. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Before we stop there, we're going to go to a monastery on the way. Anyway, Didi and I are the early birds of the family, and my husband and big brother like to sleep in late. I would love to know which kind you are. Drop a bird emoji down in the comment section if you're an early bird like us, and drop this sleepy face emoji if you're a late sleeper. Sometimes it's hard to be patient and wait around for everyone else to wake up. But we have plenty of time, and we like taking things easy. There's always time for breakfast, and a few hugs as well. Clothing should be comfortable and sensible, because we have a 2-hour drive ahead of us. We get snacks and water to go. My husband likes to have clean windows when he starts the road trip, so he gave them a quick scrub. Before we simplified our lives, I always hated road trips. It was stressful getting things ready, and I was always thinking of all the things I had to do when I got back. I find it much more enjoyable now because I can just sit back and soak in the scenery. As my silent to-do list got smaller, the world became more relaxed and cheerful. Of course, there's always plenty of time for silliness because I have 2 small boys after all. Nowadays, it seems like things can change in the blink of an eye. The past and the present occupy the same space, separated only by time. But somehow, echoes of the past are louder in certain special places, and this Kloster is one of them. It actually reminded me a lot of the churches that I attended as a child. The high ceilings were just so beautiful, and the red brick with the light pouring in. It really was a fantastic and majestic place. Just looking around is such an awe-inspiring feeling. And my husband and I got into a discussion about the water that was located in the middle of this room because he said it can't be holy water because they were monks. I said it was holy water. All of our family was wondering about this, and we didn't see anything that answered our question. So if you know the answer, please let me know if this is holy water. We found a cute little area where you could make a small donation, light a candle, and write your wish down if you wanted. So I gave the boys a couple coins and I helped them light and place their candles. And I told them they didn't have to write their wishes down, but they could just think them in their heads and keep them in their hearts. so pretty. Our first trip in Germany, huh?
After what?
2 years. Das ist ein Maulwürfer.
Maulwurfhügel.
Maulwurfhügel.
Hügel.
Hügel.
This is a beehive. Where is a beehive?
Those are all where the bees live, guys. I'm almost positive.
Yeah.
And they sell the honey in the shop.
These are beehives.
How cool.
But where are the bees? Seriously, I don't
They're
know.
inside, and they might even be out working right now because they're busy bees.
Oh, there's a huge one.
I spotted this cute little garden called a calm garden, I guess where they would sit and take some time. But my kids just prove you can go around the world and still the most interesting thing you can find is bugs on the ground. I tried to give you a panoramic so you could see exactly how incredible the full ground space of this place is. There's just so much to look at, you don't even know where to start. Everything is so nicely maintained and beautifully arranged. The flowers were just spectacular against the old monastery. And just walking around, it was so interesting. There was so much to do and see and smell even. This place is so cool. Kohlrabi? Oh my gosh, is this what kohlrabi really looks like? Whoa. You can tell I'm not a gardener. Now this here is the chimney that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Old ones and new ones and stuff.
And they've patched it.
Yeah, of course. For obviously the walls, most of them, this part, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all new.
Kuka, you don't have to wear your mask in the car.
Yeah, you really don't.
Take your mask off.
I need some fresh air.
You want a fresh air? Yeah, these are very old towns. They're not made for cars. That's why you have people walking.
Yeah.
The car looked broken.
That car, you can't see it because it's camouflage.
Yeah. Isn't that perfect?
That was some excellent parallel parking,
Yeah.
Daddy.
Just like just once.
Just once.
Yeah.
For lunch, my husband found the cutest local restaurant, and it was built in the early 17th century, but very shabby and dilapidated by 1997 when it was acquired by the Schoenwald family. Google reviews compared the interior to a museum, which we found to be quite true. The front was full of old, cool things like old stoves and cabinets, and the side room was like an old schoolhouse. And it definitely had an unexpected old world charm, from the floors all the way up to the furnishings. My kids found the whole thing very, very interesting, of course.
Hey, this should be something. Piano.
Yeah, it's a piano.
You want to try to do something? Hey, but
No, you don't bang on the piano at these old places. Das große Buch, die Tierwelt.
I'm grandpa.
First thing I turned to is one of Didi's favorites, the beetles. Wild pigs. Daddy got chased by one of those in the forest. We pulled up our chairs and started to take a look at the menu, and the menu featured some really interesting things like horse meat, and also I saw this old advertisement for absinthe. And for lunch, I ordered the pesto chicken. The kids had potatoes with bacon, and my husband got a schnitzel. Overall, I thought that my pesto chicken was very good. The boys really liked their potatoes, so I definitely recommend those if you go to this area with kids. My husband said he would not choose the schnitzel again. After lunch, we headed out to take a look at the rest of Tangermünde. I found it a little bit hard to walk on the old cobblestones. I don't think that this video shows the unevenness clearly, but Tangermünde is over 1,000 years old, and it was first mentioned by a medieval chronicler in 1009, and the walls surrounding it are just absolutely stunning. My kids, of course, were already asking me if we were allowed to try to climb the walls, and I told them no, absolutely not. Under no circumstances were we going to try to climb the walls. But I couldn't help but walking around with a huge smile on my face because it was so beautiful and so cool to stand in a place with such a long history. Even though we had just eaten, my kids were feeling a little bit peckish, so we decided that we would find a place to sit down and have a little bit of fruit and a snack for dessert. And we meandered around outside the wall a little bit, and they sat down to snack, and I went and started scouting ahead to see where we were going to go. I got a nice video of above. I couldn't quite see the river from where I was. According to Wikipedia, Tangermünde was almost totally destroyed by a fire in 1617, which was supposedly started as an act of revenge by a local townswoman who felt slighted by the courts, and later she was accused of arson and burned at the stake. After that, it was rebuilt, and it's been reconstructed and gone through some restorations since then. We headed back to the town center, marked by St. Stephen's Parish Church, which was constructed in the 14th century in the brick Gothic style typical of North Germany. And they have this really cool 3D map in the center of the village. My husband had a lot of fun quizzing the boys to see if they could figure out where we were standing and where we had eaten lunch. That is interesting. Hase models. Sehr schön. We walked around a bit more and stopped to check out a few of the local doors, which had really interesting art and writing on them dating back to the 1600s, and then we decided to head home. Some people, I'm not going to say who, but some people fell asleep in the back seat. I noticed that my husband was making some funny faces. He didn't realize I was recording. I guess he had a bad case of dry mouth. It's nice to travel and go on trips, but I think the nicest feeling is coming home. After simplifying our life to this level, coming home is such a relaxing feeling. I decided to make a nice, refreshing iced lemon water for us. We don't have air conditioning, so good ice is key. Did you know ice balls are the best way to keep drinks cold? Fun fact, it's because spheres have less surface area than cubes, so they melt slower. These are one of my favorite kitchen essentials, and I will link them down in the description box below. I use them to make everything from fancy ice to jello balls to sensory play in the summer for my kids. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this simple day in the life with my minimalist family and I. If you did, please make sure to give this video a like and consider subscribing to join our family because we would love to see you around again soon. All right, take care and have a great week. Bye-bye.